October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and since it is estimated 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer in her lifetime, it is important that we know the facts and that we talk about research and early detection and also look for ways to reduce our own risk. Dr. Ann McTiernan is a researcher at Fred Hutch, and she's been looking at ways that exercise may do just that, and she's here to walk us through her findings. And I think it's fascinating because cancer is so scary, and you often feel like there's very little you can do, and then boom, you're diagnosed. But you're saying there are some things that we can do, and it starts with exercise. So how can that help reduce our risk?
That's right. Well, exercise can affect the biology in the body that can reduce risk. It can help lower body fat, and we know that people who have excessive amounts of body fat can have increased risk of breast cancer. Exercise can affect inflammation, it can affect insulin. There are lots of different things that can promote cancers that exercise might help dampen, might help prevent.
So in the research that you're doing, I was looking through your latest study, and you said moderate exercise. So if I'm at home listening, what does that mean? How often and how much should I be exercising?
Well, the best exercise is something that everybody's going to want to do and something they can do on most days of the week. So we recommend something like 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week at moderate exercise. And for a lot of people, it's walking. So getting out in this beautiful weather, taking a walk is great. For some people, running works well. For some, biking works well. So really, whatever works. And then when the weather turns bad, they might want to do something more indoors.
But regular exercise. And how much will that reduce someone's risk?
It depends. It might reduce it a small amount, like 10%. But if they add that with some other things, like keeping their weight down, then they might get a really big effect on their risk.
Well, then let's talk about weight, because diet plays into this. What role does diet play in reducing breast cancer risk?
Well, there's no one magic bullet in diet. There's no one particular diet that's important, and there's no one particular food. But people who are overweight or obese have increased risk, so we suggest that people eat a diet that can help them keep their calories down and keep the weight down.
Okay, and in the break we were talking about one thing that you said increases risk for cancer, and that's alcohol. Can you walk us through that?
A lot of people don't know that, but alcohol does increase risk for breast cancer, and even as little as 1 drink a day on average can increase the risk. So somebody who's at increased risk or who's worried might want to keep that down, and so they could lower the amount they're taking. Just don't be drinking excessively, and try to keep it on the low side.
Oh, that's incredibly important to hear, and in fact, that's the first time I've heard it in all the stories that we've done. You're looking into something called chemoprevention. What does that mean exactly?
Well, for some women who are at increased risk for breast cancer for family reasons or whatever reason, there are some medications that can reduce risk. And so women could talk to their own doctor, or they could talk to a breast cancer specialist and see if any of those will work. But some of those will work like by blocking estrogen, and that can block a cancer from developing.
What would be an example of a therapy that would work?
One is tamoxifen,
okay.
And that's been shown to reduce risk of breast cancer by half. Some of the drugs called aromatase inhibitors, like exemestane, also reduce risk of breast cancer by about half.
Wow, so talk to your doctor about that. Important research you're doing, but the key for women who are watching right now, the takeaway is diet is important, exercise is important, watch the alcohol, and then talk to your doctor about some other options to prevent cancer. Dr. McTiernan, thank you. I'm going to put a lot more information on our website with your research. If you at home would like to read more about the work that she's doing, you're doing a study here in Seattle with women locally. That's all going to be on Q13Fox.com. Just search Healthy Living.